These are delicious meal replacements. I don't know about the delicious part, but nice shave maybe. Careful, that thing is sharp, baby, sharp! Today on Josh's Garage, me and my Longhorn friends over here are gonna show you what's in the back of my truck bed system. This is basically a get home bag, an urban get home bag with a bunch of tools and resources that I need. This kit is only as good as the vehicle that you're in. So if you have multiple vehicles, you're probably going to need a kit for each vehicle. We have an identical kit in my wife's vehicle as well. Now, what is a get home bag? It is a bag that you keep in your vehicle instead of a bug out bag, which is something you keep at your home in case emergency happens. What happens if you're already bugged out when that disaster or emergency happens? Well, you need a get home bag in your vehicle. And this is basically what I've built in mine, is supplies for me and the occupants of my vehicle, which is probably going to be my family, to survive for about 3 days and pack things up so that we can get home to where the majority of our supplies are. So let me show you what I got. Here we go. So I'm going to start with the big stuff, and I'm going to put links in the description below to everything that is kind of specialty or hard to get or find. If it's easily found at your grocery store, or you probably already have it, I'm not going to bother with the links. But so here we go. We're going to start with case number 1. So first thing you need is a tarp, a small tarp, and then beyond that you need a big tarp. So this could be used for a tent or making temporary shelter or covering anything, preventing it from exposing it to the elements. So we've got 2 tarps, a roll of shop towels, which could be used for just about anything, towels and rags of various types, which can be used not only in case of emergency, but just everyday use. Some rope. I have an air compressor, a small handheld collapsible shovel, a hatchet that is kind of sharp. I have a wool blanket. Wool is just better at holding in heat and than any cotton, and it collapses down nicely. Just as an army surplus wool blanket. And then blade-wise, we have an axe, a buck saw for sawing wood, cutting firewood, and then we have this is just something you can find on Amazon really cheap. It's just like a multi-purpose machete slash blade, so sword tool. So it's got 2 different blades of swords. And in this tool crib, these are just random little tools, baggies, little bits of hardware, fire starting equipment, Slim Jim, hose clamps, tape. This is meant to supplement the socket set and tool set that I have in the back of the truck. If you're wondering about this drawer system that I have in my pickup truck, it's called a Duct bed storage system. I created a video on that here, a little review if you want to learn more about a Duct system. Okay, now let's get down to the real stuff. This is actually my urban get home bag, and I'll break this out. So why a bag? First of all, I want a bag so that I can put it on my back and carry it. If I had all this stuff just sitting in my drawer in my truck, it's not useful unless I can jump out of my truck, abandon my truck, and just carry this wherever I need to do. The whole point of this is to survive, to sustain life while getting home. Depending on the situation, I might not need half of this stuff and I might leave it behind, but at least it's easy enough to get out and be able to throw up on my back and get my family home. So I'll unpack that. Here in this bag, I just have an extra change of clothes, pants, shirts, sweatshirts, gloves, socks. This is really for one person. So these are personal items, as well as toothbrush, deodorant, toothpaste, and things that are in this bag. So this is like a personal bag for one individual. All right, let's take a look at the actual get home bag. Now, like I said, this is probably more than you need. You can always edit. It's easier to edit your supplies than it is to add to them when in an emergency. So I'm just gonna lay out everything that's in this bag and tell you a little bit why I have it in here. And again, like I said, I will link in the description below any products that are not easily found at your grocery store or supermarket or home supply store. So here we go. First thing is a little baby scarf, and you can use this and wrap around. However, keep sun off. Pose as a shepherd if you want to. Hat. Now this is a water kit, so in here there are a number of different sort of water containers and jugs. So this could hold water. This could hold water. It's collapsible. A life straw for filtering water if you need to. Some water sterilizer tabs, and just a collapsible bucket or thing to carry something in. So these are all pretty unique items. We've got a glow stick if we need it. We've got all kinds of headlamps, notepad, compass, couple different headlamps. You want to check periodically that the batteries are still in these and working. I don't keep batteries in these. I keep separate batteries in this bag. So a supply of batteries. And even if batteries don't work, they sell these handheld self-charging flashlights that will turn on a light with a little bit of friction, generate a little bit of electricity, and now you've got a light that will never go out. So that's just a backup to the headlamps. We have a 36-hour survival candle if we need it. A survival sleeping bag. And garbage bags, which could come in handy for a number of reasons. This is one of those Mylar emergency blankets. This is an emergency sleeping bag, an emergency poncho. All of these things might not be very useful in day-to-day life, but if you're in an emergency situation and you just need to get out of the wind or the rain or create some shelter or cover something up, these would be great. So there's a number of uses for those. Let's see what else we have here. This is a miscellaneous bag of little Ziploc baggies and garbage bags. I'm going to put my other garbage bags in here with that. Here we've got a miscellaneous bag of paracord, which could be used for like a million purposes. A little sewing kit. A fork, knife / spoon thingy. More paracord. This is elastic paracord. And then 3 different little wraps of duct tape. Different types of duct tape that you can use for various things. So this, I haven't seen in here in like 2 years, so I'm glad I'm opening this up. Here we have the survival tent. So if the tarps aren't available and you're on the run and you do need some sort of tent, this is just a little Mylar tent that you can put up with some paracord in between a couple of trees. Again, this isn't luxury, but we're surviving here and we're just trying to get home. More baggies, which I'll put in my baggie bag. We have some fuel, which I'll get to the stove in a minute. Stanley multi-purpose tool, which I probably always will be carrying a jackknife anyway, but that'll be a good backup. More fuel. Another portable collapsible shovel. These are useful for a number of things. Has a little bit of a saw blade here that you can use to saw or hack down trees. So that's useful, especially if you're going through the forest. A mess kit, which has, this is just your standard Cub Scout style mess kit with bowls and plates and a cup inside. Let's see what else we have in here. It's always a surprise. Fresh Scent all-purpose wipes. Here we have all sorts of ways to light something. So we have camp matches, some waterproof matches, 2 different lighters. We have some wet fire, some fire starting tinder that just could start when it's wet. It's just a number of things to be able to start a fire with. And in this bag we have a little cleaning and sanitation kit. So we have one of these green scrubbies, some insect repellent wipes, a couple of these collapsed little towels and hand towels, some sunscreen, hand sanitizer, some dish soap that's in a different bottle, but this is dish soap, I know, and some Q-tips and a little can opener. Here's our little fly stove, just this little tiny collapsible backpacker stove, which runs on these little fuel packs. So we've got a little stove with fuel packs to be able to cook our meals, which we'll get to in just a moment here. First aid kit, 85 pieces. I never recommend leaving home with at least 83 pieces, so this is definitely safe with 85. I don't know what that means. That means nothing. So we've got a bunch of water, and we can't leave home without our K-bar. Fend off the attackers, get some grub, nice shave maybe. Careful, that thing is sharp, baby, sharp! All right, let's get to the meal stuff. And here we've got MRE number 1. We've got survival tabs. These are delicious meal replacements. I don't know about the delicious part, but I don't know if I'm gonna be too picky. We have a couple packs of these food rations. This is, each packet is 3,600 calories. So again, if I'm starving, this is an easy way to carry 3,600, 7,200 calories. Do you like that fast math? What do you think of that? Be sharp. Another MRE, a Mountain House rice and chicken. Totally, I'll be into that. A Mountain House chicken and dumplings. And last but not least, a few items, just personal items. So another headlamp. I've got a little credit card sized knife, multi-purpose tool, one of these guys. And just some cash and some change, some sunglasses, just some personal things. I don't know how valuable cash is gonna be in some emergency situation, but I definitely wanna have cash. I don't normally carry cash on me, and this has come invaluable a couple of times in non-emergency situations to have in the back of my truck. So this is it. This is what's in my get home bag. What do you think? Am I gonna be able to get home? I'd love to know. I'm not an expert prepper. I'm a hobbyist at best. So if you're an expert prepper and you wanna let me know what I'm missing here, you can only help me, and you can help me add to this list. I'm gonna put a full list of all of these items in the description below, and like I said, I'm gonna add links to the items that are hard to find that I had to buy online and I couldn't find at local stores. But hopefully this was helpful to you. If so, please subscribe, and thanks for watching Josh's Garage.